If you are developing AppSheet apps that accepts new entries from users, chances are you would have at least one drop-down box in your user forms. And just as there are multiple ways to skin a cat, there are also multiple ways to create drop-down boxes in AppSheet, and we will discuss them all in this video. I am your AppSheet Pinoy expert, JP, and I welcome you to our community where most, if not all members, are so full of sheets. So, if you need tutorials, tips, and tricks that will help improve the productivity and efficiency in your workplace through simple automations, then please subscribe to this channel. In this video, we will cover on the different ways in creating drop-down boxes in your user forms. And this is the prototype for our app. I have already set up our non-negotiable column types the way we did it in our best practices video. And I just left out all the other columns as text for now. An enumeration or enum column is the most widely used way in creating drop-downs in AppSheet. You can simply change the column type into an enum and then go to column settings. And here you can add the different values that you want as options for your drop-downs. We've added 3 key cities in the Philippines, and although not required all the time, you may want to scroll down and select the appropriate base type based on the options that you want available. Obviously, the city names are text, and you can actually let AppSheet decide whether to make it buttons, stack, or drop down. So we'll select drop down for now. Done. And now, instead of having to manually type it in, your users can simply select one of the options from the drop down itself. But what if you want your users to be able to add cities that is not part of the options that you have supplied, sort of others and then please specify? Then simply go back to the column settings, scroll down, and click on Allow Other Values. And this would provide an add or search box on top of the drop-down options. And this is where the user can just simply key in a new entry and select it like so. But keep in mind that this newly added value will only be available in this current form in this current session. It will still not be available as part of the default options you provided as an option for the next entry or for another user. So if you want this to already be added the next time, then simply go back to the column settings and this time click on autocomplete other values and save it. AppSheet would then get all the values that are available in that specific column in the underlying Google Sheet and make sure that it is already part of it. Now, if your options will be a very long list, and you would like to be able to maintain your app without having to edit the app and go and maintain the values all the time, then instead of adding the options one by one, you just have to maintain that list in another sheet and add it to another table. I have prepared a list of the different key cities and municipalities in the Philippines as an example. We will import this as a table. And then in your enum column settings, scroll down to the data validity section and put a valid if expression that returns a list. Here we will use the Data Explorer and tell AppSheet to go to the cities table and get all the unique values from the column city province as the options for our dropdown. Save it, done, and sync. And you should see the different key cities from the Google Sheet already added as the drop-down option. This way, every time you need to add, edit, or delete an option for your drop-down list, you will just have to go directly into the Google Sheet and make your changes there. Of course, you can always create forms in your app that would allow you to manage the cities without having to go to the Google Sheet, but that's a story for another time. The exact same steps apply to an enum list. With an additional step, you have to ensure to supply an item separator, which I normally use a comma and a space. And the only difference is that it would now allow your users to select more than one option instead of just one. What you have to remember in using this method for an enum list is that it doesn't give you an option to allow the users to add a value or an option or a city that is not part of the list. If there is something you need, then stand by until the last part of this video and I will show you how to do that. A reference or ref column is another common way of creating dropdowns in AppSheet. The difference is that it actually creates a relationship between the two tables. If we change the column type to ref, AppSheet will ask you to select the reference table where the options will be coming from. In our cities table, we have the code column as the key for this column. And for now, we also assign this as the label for each record. In the form, if I click the drop-down, then the option that I would see are the IDs. And that's not very intuitive for your users. So what we will do is to change the label into the actual city or province names. And now the users could actually see the cities to choose from. However, one thing to keep in mind with ref columns is that the ref columns will always point to and save the key or the ID of that reference table in the Google Sheet. We cannot tell AppSheet what columns we would like to be saved in the Google Sheet after the user submits that. If that is fine with you as the developer, since you're the only one who can actually see the underlying Google Sheet anyways, then so be it. But if you want the actual city name to be saved instead, then there are two ways to do that. First is simply to make the city province as both the key and label for this column, assuming that the city and province column would only have unique values. Or second, which is what I often do most of the time, is to go back to the main table and add another column for the city name. I will then go back to the main table in AppSheet and regenerate the schema. Then for that new column, I will add an app formula that will use dereferencing. So we will tell AppSheet that for this city names column, point back to the ref column, which returns the code or the ID, and then find that code in the cities table and return to us the value in the city province column. And as you can see, the referencing uses the dot notation. Here is a quick diagram showing how our text column uses the ref column to get the column values we want from the reference table. Let's save it. So now, if I add a new record, AppSheet will save both the city ID or code and the city name in the underlying Google Sheet. However, notice what happened to our form. We now have two fields that appear to have the same information. So what you can do is hide that city name column. So, and then put in the display value of the ref column, like so. And this way, your users will not be confused with what they see. Now, the last thing I wanted to discuss about the ref column is this setting called is a part of. Okay? And what this does is give ownership of this specific record to the matching record in the reference table. So say, for example, since we have Maluso Basilan as the city for this record in the main home table, if we happen to delete that record in the reference table, then AppSheet would automatically delete all the records in the home table having Maluso Basilan as the city. Why? Because again, the record itself becomes part of the ownership of the cities table. So if there is no more city with that name, then there should be no record with that name because it owns it. Get what I'm saying? Let's get on with our next method. Obviously, this is a combination of an enum or enum list type column and a ref column. To do this, go into the column settings and change it into an enum type column. Click allow other values, and instead of the base type text, we will set it as a ref base type. And as you see, AppSheet will ask for the reference table. Select cities, make it a drop-down, done, and save. And our column is now a drop-down. However, there's nothing in it. It's blank.
Oh no!
But why? It's because the column is still an enum type column and follows the same rules of a regular enum type column. And that is, since we did not supply the values as options one by one, then we need to put the valid if expression similar to how we did it with the enum or enum list method earlier. And now the drop-down options are showing, but notice the warning. And this is because we supplied the city and province names column in our valid if expression. But remember that this is also a ref column. This means that AppSheet is expecting our valid if expression to return the key of the city's reference table. Because as discussed earlier, ref types will always point to and save the key. So we can fix it by changing the valid if expression to return the key instead. Case, it's code. And this should remove that error while still showing the city names because we have properly set it as the label for that table. And just like a regular ref column, AppSheet will always still save the key value into the underlying Google Sheet instead of the actual city name. And as you see, it works perfectly fine. Now the question is, why would you choose to use an Enum-Ref with a valid if expression versus just simply leaving it as a text column with a valid if expression? Well, it depends really on what you need. One advantage of using an enum-ref combination is that you can use the referencing on the enum column just like how you can do it to a ref column. So consider your options based on your use case. We've already touched on this a bit earlier, so let's just go straight to it, okay? So very simple, just go to the column settings of your text type column and put in a valid if expression, returning a list from the cities table using the city province column. Like so. Just save it, done, and then sync and watch closely the text valid if field here. And as you see, it is now a drop-down. The last method for creating drop-downs is by using suggested values for a text type column. If you need your drop-down box to get the list of options from another sheet or table, but you still want to allow your users to add values that is not part of your original list, then this is the method that you have to use. And this is very similar to how we did the text plus valid if combination, except that we will use a text type column, and instead of putting in a valid if expression, we would scroll down to the autocomplete section and use suggested values instead. So here is where you point to the cities table and then the city province column, and this essentially returns a list. Save it, done, save. And as we can see, this is a drop-down option, and we still see the list of cities as the option for a drop-down, but now we can add a value or a city that is not part of the list. Awesome. And this is actually applicable to both the enum and enum list. However, this is not available for the enum-ref plus valid if or enum list-ref plus valid if combinations, because ref columns would always expect a key and the key must already be existing in the table, right? So keep that in mind. And there you have it. Those are the different ways of creating dropdowns in AppSheet. Do you know of any other ways that we may not have covered? Let us know in the comments section. The next level you may need with your dropdowns would be having dynamic options based on the selection from the previous dropdown or field. For example, you may want to have a dropdown for a region or province first, and then on the next dropdown, show a list of cities depending on the region or province that was selected from the previous one. This is what we call dynamic dependent dropdowns, and we will cover that in the next video. So I guess we'll see each other again very soon. I'm sure we will. Because I know that you and me and all of us, we are all full of sheets. Take care.